it is just so hard to get used to that light. It's constantly so bright. Today I wrap up my green streak. We were green every day this month so far, and yesterday we had a nice little $400 profit. We had several $100 profits, still trading smaller size, so nothing really too crazy, but at the same time, just a beautiful consistency. Today I'm having my first red day, $110 down on the day. Unless I kept on trading, honestly, BOXL, I wanted to do a trade just now, but I was in the middle of the recap video and I was like, I'm getting distracted here. Let's just wrap it up for the day. Maybe I will do another trade, but most likely not. Again, I talk a little bit more about this when we go to the recap video in a second, but basically it's so easy to try to scalp around a little bit to make some money, and at the end of the day you're still frustrated, but if you lose you're much more frustrated. So it's much better sometimes to really just wrap it up, especially if you're still increasing your position sizes. So right now, we went from $500 position sizes to $5,000 position sizes, kind of as our max. So I would like to get to 10,000 and then 25,000 and so on. So, in 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now, looking back today, I would have been like, there's no reason to stress around to try to make an extra $50 or $100 or even $200. Like, it's a little bit irrelevant. So it's, thinking about that and then thinking how you would feel in the future, looking back at now, makes me a little bit more calm on days like today, because it's like, what difference is it going to make if I keep trading? And probably I'll end up over trading, losing money, being even more stressed out when I could have, went out to that the dinner or whatever that I was supposed to do, and have a little bit more downtime and really just enjoy my day a little bit more. I think that's really important as a trader. It's so easy to be glued to the screen and not want to leave the screen and then just get over too into it, overly emotional. And I think it's so important to learn how to have discipline to get away from the screen, especially when it's not really that hot. I mean, today's not even that hot of a day. I feel like I would be just totally forcing moves right now. So maybe I'm just trying to talk myself out of not trading right now. I don't know. We traded a couple of things, IGC, we traded BOXL, and then we traded MNPR, which was just an absolute disaster, but I managed my risk well on it to some extent, I think. But I want to, today could have probably been a green day, and I want to focus today's recap on what should I have done to make today a green day, because I think looking back, it was a tough day for sure, but I think I made a few mistakes on not being super focused on certain things, and I want to talk about what those things are in this video. So guys, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. If you're totally new, consider subscribing. I would love to have you join the community. It's a super fun place. I'm just so grateful for it. Let's get into the charts now. So this is going to be a quick snippet I'm just going to throw in here for just to show you guys this issue that I'm having. So if you go to good till cancel, which is usually the typical order we have here, and we're trying to buy EYEG, let's say, and I'm getting the error message, opening transactions must be placed with a broker for this security. Interesting. I Googled that issue and it looks like I have to contact TD Ameritrade if I want this trade to go through. This is definitely a big red flag, so I'm going to watch out here. Probably keep an eye on EYEG, but I'm not sure if I'm going to want to trade it if I'm having this issue. I know other people are probably having it as well. I've had this issue once in the past, but I did make a little video snippet about it. So let's see how this one performs. This was going to be one of the lead gappers today. Nice 5 million flow at US Biotech with FDA path to develop a combi product, but at the moment, this is a big red flag. So let's see what happens with this one. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this in there in the little intro so you guys could see the issue live as it happens. It's pretty rare, but sometimes it does happen. Boom, boom, guys, welcome back. So, boom, I think that ruins my green streak for the whole month. I think I was green every day this month so far. Let me think about that for a second. I think there was a Friday I was not green. Let me quickly look here on the chart or the date. Friday, yeah, it was this Friday. It was Friday the 31st of August. I was red, and then I was green all till Wednesday. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 green days, and then today's the red day. So that's a little bit unfortunate. In Trade Journal, the calendar view of the trades are not yet available, so you can't see, technically the P&L yet for a day on a quick overview. It's technically possible if you just constantly filter for each day, but yeah. Big news though, the import feature on Trade Journal is good. If you guys have not seen that video yet, definitely check it out. I'm going to link it right over here somewhere, or it was already linked in the intro video, but definitely go ahead, check it out if you are using Trade Journal. It has improved my documenting the trades just tenfold. It makes it so much quicker. Yeah, so really small amount of trades we did today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was just not in a groove today. I was missing a lot of moves, but then I also didn't see anything that I would have liked to trade. The only thing I could have probably done today better was get more aggressive on BOXL and traded a little bit more like scalpy. It was a slow mover, and this was my biggest winner with only $30 for the day. Biggest loser, MNRP, and then IGC took one last little trade on that before the day closed. And yeah, also, didn't really walk away with that much. So again, nothing really too crazy there. Let's talk about MNRP first, and then let's kind of go from there. MNRP. This was popping up for just a split second. 10 million shares outstanding. Had some MNPR. So I've been saying that wrong all day today. Sorry, I apologize for constantly getting wrong. This one sold off so much at the open, and I'm always weary of stock selling off this much, but I knew $10 was going to act as a little bit of support, which it did. And we actually had a really nice bounce off of this one, about 8-9%. I didn't take profits quick enough because I didn't get my full size in, and because of that, I actually ended up stopping out of this one when it broke $10, which is a little bit unfortunate there. And this was my biggest loser. So what I should have done was get more aggressive on this one on the first hit of 10, and then sell for a quick base hit. Just like I typically always do. So I don't know. I feel like MNPR. How do I always get that wrong? I don't know. Good thing I wrapped up trading today because I can't even speak anymore. Anyway, MNPR. I'm just gonna say it like 10 times and hopefully I'll remember it. Was a tricky stock to trade. It sold off so much pre-market, out of the gates. So it was good that I managed my risk well on this one. Again, the best way I should have traded this one, got more aggressive at $10 and then took profits for a quick base hit. I think that would have been the way to trade it. And this thing's been selling off all day. So no surprise there. Because of the way it was behaving. Oftentimes, it's really easy to tell if a stock is going to keep pulling off the rest of the day if it sells off very aggressively, either pre-market or out of the gates. And we talked a lot about that in yesterday's recap video about signs to look for pre-market to watch out. So IGC, this is actually one of the better tickers today. It was just a little bit tricky to trade because it was halted pretty much all day. And I gotta say, this one really ran away without me. It's a little bit unfortunate. We were reviewing it very closely pre-market, 34 million float, US conglomerate, FDA approval on initiation on cannabis trial on Alzheimer's patients. Kind of an interesting catalyst there. So yeah, pre-market was holding its highs well, but into the market open, in terms of like right before the market open, it started selling off kind of quite a bit, and I was a little bit nervous here, but then it regained its highs, had a quick pullback to 95. This is actually the zone I wanted to buy it in. I had my limit order. I missed this one literally by just, I don't know, a few percentages. Then it rips up here. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to wait for a double bottom. The double bottom doesn't happen. This thing just keeps on ripping up, getting halted. So I just, I should have been more aggressive with this one, and I'll tell you where. Right here where we break back above VWAP and we have a quick pullback back to $1.02. That would have been the ticket. And then just hold for the break here at 108. I probably would have sold into the 101 or something like that, but still I would have made like a pretty clean 7% profit or so. And then if I got unlucky, or actually if I decided to hold this through this pullback or buy into this pullback, then I would have just got stuck in a halt, which would have been a good thing in this case. And then I would have been trying to get out of the halt every single time as much as possible. So I don't know how much of this upside I would have got, but yeah, IGC, this was our lead gapper on the day, and it kind of ran away without me, so that was a little bit unfortunate. I did try to trade IGC on the bounce here as we are approaching a double bottom, which kind of worked out, and I was up about 3%, but again, I didn't take my base hit on it, and I walked away with a small loss on it. Technically, my idea was right, so right idea, wrong timing, because this is actually the one that ended up having the 13% move. So kind of annoying, just like right idea, wrong execution is always a frustrating kind of place to be, but it is what it is. Yeah. And then we have our last ticker we traded today, the only one I'm actually green on, BOXL, 30 bucks on the day. 13 million float, US communication company with a big partnership announcement with Samsung for US educational market. They want to attack that market. So kind of an interesting catalyst there. I really liked it. My problem with BOXL is a recent runner and a little bit too recent in my eyes, and doesn't have a lot of volume. So with a catalyst like this, it didn't really move all that much. So kind of a red flag there. Just struggling a lot this one today, and I don't know. It was a slow mover in terms of 3% candles was like a big move. Like typically if we see a move this big, you'd be thinking like 20-30%, but this is a 5% move, absolutely tiny. So could have been scalpable, but you would have been scalping at like 2%, would have been like a good trade with BOXL. But yeah, again, I should have been, trying to scalp this one again and again, because, I was wrong, let's say in this area, even though I still walked away with some profits, but then I could have bought this dip, took a 2%, and then, wait for maybe a pullback here, took another 2%, wait for a breakout here. I could have traded this one over and over again today. So I think today, the lesson, really the biggest takeaway today is who cares about what IGC is doing? This thing was halted basically all day or all morning. So focus on the one where you understand the risk reward, understand how it's overall trading, can look at the history, see how it's trading in the past, and then really just constantly look for base hits and just keep trading it. And I think that really would have been the way I should have traded BOXL and just overall today. And I think I could have probably ended the day pretty nicely green. Obviously, that's just hindsight thoughts, but I think that would be in the future if I'm really not super stoked on what I'm seeing, but at least one ticker is kind of making decent moves, then maybe trade, just put all my attention on just watching this one like a hawk and then just trading it over and over again. I think, that would have landed me really, really nicely profitable. I don't know, maybe today, but that's what I wish I would have done. In the future, I'm going to make sure to consider that a little bit closer. For our other, actually right now BOXL is kind of looking interesting, but I'm not sure if I'm going to trade it. I'm kind of done with trading for today. In terms of our other tickers like AAL, dumped all the way to $13, kind of a strong dump. But I'm not too worried about it. I do think we might continue this uptrend. At least we would maybe see a double top at 15 or so. So I don't know. We'll see how I want to trade AAL. I'm a little disappointed it pulled back so aggressively with even pretty decent volume, but we're kind of just tapping off the 9-minute, the 9 EMA. So maybe, this is just a healthy pullback. We're having a retest in this area, and maybe this is all we need for another launch back to the upside. So I'm still holding my AAL position. CCL, I haven't yet to enter this position, but I had a limit order around 1450, I believe. So, I almost got a fill today, but unfortunately, just short of my limit order. So maybe I'll trade CCL for a swing coming up here. So these are all options right now. The market was just a little bit weak today in the small cap sector. So maybe I'll focus some more of my attention on the other sectors. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'll probably wrap it up here. I'm looking at BOXL a little bit. It might have a nice continuation. We'll see what I decide to do on it. Most of the time, I'm done with trading at 11. But, if I see good opportunities, I like to jump in on it. I mean, BOXL has a lot of times issues holding these highs. And I'm a little bit nervous of really bad news coming out at these points. But I do think there's a chance that we might see $3 get hit. So I wouldn't mind maybe trading on the way up to $3. Right now we're at $2.57, and I think that might be something I'd be really interested in doing. We just had a nice little test on VWAP pullback. So let's see how this continues. 2.5, big support. So let's see how it goes. I'll be definitely keeping a close eye on it. You can also see big volume coming back on this one. So that's always a really, really good sign. Let's see what happens, guys. Maybe we could do 1 or 2 more trades, but again, there's no need to force it. sometimes the best thing to do is just come back tomorrow. And if you want to make more money, just start trading with bigger position size. That's why I usually am not very stressed by the end of the day, because if I wanted to have, let's say, a $2,000 day, I would just need to increase my position size, another 2 times. And I know that in 2, 3, 4, 5 months, we're going to be doing that anyway. So what difference does it make if I try to scalp around to make another, $100 right now? Because in the future, that's technically just a very, very small amount of money. So that's kind of my mindset for the last few months, and it's really, really been true. And we started trading like $500 position sizes. Now we're trading $5,000 position sizes. So it's like, it's all about just getting comfortable and getting aggressive when you see the right setup. So BOXL, I mean, this is probably something to get aggressive on, but again, I also don't want to be glued to the screen where this is like the only thing I do. So it's nice to walk away, get a fresh, thought on everything else going on, focus on other things, and then come back to this fresh tomorrow morning. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the recap. Don't forget to drop a like if you did, and if you're totally new, consider subscribing. I'd love to see you again. Let's keep a close eye on BOXL. Let's see what happens. This could be a nice room for a late day runner. I know some people in the chat room said this thing often runs a little bit later in the day. For me, that's always a bit too late because right now I'm in Berlin, so I'm 6 hours forward from the NASDAQ time zone. So, all right, guys, I'll wrap it up there. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.